Hi, I'm Michty Maxx and I'm here to share this quick black and white gradient lip. This idea was requested by Julisa Bejewelz on YouTube, and I thought my channel needed a nice monochrome gothic lip, so I thought I'd whip it up and show you guys. I prepared my lips by moisturizing them and then removed the excess with a cotton bud. I primed my lips with MAC Prep and Prime Lip Base to reduce feathering and keep the lip color on for longer. Then I lined my lips with Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil in Perversion in my usual pointed cupid's bow shape. I'm outlining so I can have a solid point to start the gradient. Next, I took the NYX Jumbo eye pencil in Milk and rubbed some on my finger, then I dabbed it onto the center of my lips. I'm taking it out a little further than where I want the white to end up in the final design so I can blend the lighter color easier for the gradient. Then I took the Urban Decay electric palette brush and used the small end to fade out the white cream product around the edge. And I went back to the Perversion eye pencil to drag some blackness towards the center. I focused on getting solid color on the outer corners of my mouth and thickening up the perimeter in my desired shape. I made sure to leave a gap between the black and white for room to blend later. Then onto the Sedona Lace LB25 lip brush, and I buffed the edge of the black pencil towards the white center, wiping up the brush periodically to make sure I don't drag too much of the black onto the white area. I added some more black around the edges of my lips to strengthen up the outer line and add more product, which I then blend with the lip brush again to remove the harshness. And I also pressed my lips together to blur the edge some more. I wanted a nice matte black that was very opaque for the edge. I grabbed my Melt Cosmetics lipstick in Bane. I used the tip of the bullet to thoroughly and carefully coat the corners and perimeter of my lips in complete inky darkness. You can use a lip brush if you'd like, but I find a new enough lipstick does a pretty good job. I also wiped off the tip of the lipstick to make sure I didn't push the white creamy pencil onto the very edges so I can keep the gradient very dramatic. Then back to the Sedona Lace lip brush, and I used it to drag the matte black lipstick inwards a bit, still leaving a gap between the black and white. I used the electric brush and the jumbo eye pencil to create the inside shape that I wanted, following the points and triangular form of my cupid's bow. After a bit more white, I took the lip brush with residual black and blended those points. I finalized the outer shape of my lips with the help of the lip brush and a cotton bud. Then I took out my OCC lip tart in Feathered and squeezed a small dot out on the back of my hand, and I went for the electric brush to pick up some of the lip tart and dab it over the creamy white base. I am not worrying about blending at the moment, I just want to get the most opaque color and make sure the white stays pure in the very middle and creating that pointed shape on the upper lip. I'm grabbing the OCC lip tart in Tard and squeezing out a dollop of that next to my white dot on my hand, and using the lip brush to mix the black and white together for a grey shade, which I am then going to apply between the black and white sections on my lips. I'm just laying down this colour around the white for now to get good payoff, and then I'll worry about the gradient in a sec. Then I wiped off the brush and went about smoothing the gradient out. I held the brush on its side and ran it over the grey line, and then I flipped the brush over so the black product on one side of the brush wouldn't muddy up the white and would continue to blend the outer edge. Adding this step into your gradient will give you the smoothest transition, but you can do it without adding the grey shade. And I went back to the electric brush with the white on it for more blending and cleaned up the center shape, also holding the brush on its side and wiping off the brush so I don't funk up the central pure white section. I also pressed my lips together to help with the blend, but that can curve out the inner shape I created, but it's fine if you made your inner highlight round. Then I went back to the Bane lipstick for one more time to darken up the edge for ultimate blackness and to keep the corners solid. And I cleaned up the inside of my mouth with a cotton bud, first doing the center and then the outer corners so I don't rub black into the center of my lips. That's a good tip if you're doing a gradient like this. And I touched up with the lip brush just for fuck's sake, and after a few finishing tidbits with the white as well, for final blending, including pressing my lips together, I'm done. And that's it! You can simplify this lip by just using black and white lip products and blending in between them, or even just do the lipstick layer, but I find there is much more longevity in a lip when you use a primer and a base layer of pencils before adding the lipstick. You can even add a layer of matte black and matte white eyeshadow over the top of this lip to make it last super long, but for this tutorial I just left it with the creamy finish. You can find all the details for the products used in this lip art on my blog, linked in the description box. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this quick lip tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also check out my band and podcast on iTunes.